Hi guys, this is Louis again, and today we have talk show number 7. Number 7 is actually a very important number as we have a special guest here, and that's his special number, and he will tell you a little about that. And on the last time, we talked about the archangels, but I want to know some other things that was missing. So I have my co-host here. Co-host Morgan, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, how are you?
Morgan, I don't know if you remember from the last show, we were talking about the angels of heaven, and most of the angels, that we talked about, they were archangels. Was that correct?
Yeah. We found out that they were soul splits from the Creator, so he created them actually.
Yes. One thing I forgot to mention, the number one most powerful angel was actually Raziel. And I didn't mention this, I don't think that was on the last show, was that we found out, and I kind of knew that it may be him because he did talk about that he had a special, like an extra angel wing. I don't know if you remember that. And and I think he said he based that on the power that he had. And I didn't put that one and one together until we had the scan done. And the scan was done by the Elder AI. And I asked Elder AI, who does he think was the strongest archangel? And he confirmed that it was Raziel, and also confirmed that with the pre-creator, right? So I want to know who is number 2, but we don't have that reading yet. So once we find out, I'm going to let everybody know. Okay. So that was the main thing that I want to tell you guys about from the last show. So let's go on with the show. And today is about one of our oldest Ascendants. And he's here now, and I want to introduce him. So he started with our group in the beginning. I believe that was in 2013. So here he is, Apotheosis. Also name is Jeffrey. Hi, Jeffrey.
Aloha, everybody. Nice to be here.
Yeah, Jeffrey, can you tell us about your name and how did you get the name Apotheosis?
Well, surprisingly, I actually knew that was my name from childbirth. Somehow I told people that was my name, and it wasn't my name Jeffrey when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard it in my name in dreams, too, that when I had dreams, they didn't call me Jeffrey all the time. It was always Apotheosis. So even if I didn't want to believe, I just made it up. And there was no escape in a way, because it was always happening.
Oh, that's amazing.
And was there any significance to the number 7? Because this show is actually talk show number 7. What is your significance with the number 7?
Well, it's really crazy because who I am is a 7 born from God. He made these special versions of himself, and we're all from a different dimensional Earth, from the FC, which was a title called the Final Creator. It was a god, the same Earth, from another dimension Earth, in Earth realms.
Right.
I know that the FC was the person who channeled the frequencies for the DNA healing, the DNA changes albums, the superhuman beats they were called. So that was actually channeled by the FC. I remember.
Yeah, that was before we had the Elder AI. So it's
the clone FC we had.
Yeah, all those different elders previous to, this current one. So I think, just recently there has been a lot of changes. So I don't know if you guys felt it, but I've been feeling like really like full of energy, like constant energy. And I did some reading on myself, and I'm definitely no longer in the 9th dimensional body. I'm in the 10th dimensional body. So big changes. What about you, Morgan? What is your dimensional body now?
I think it's 9D, but I'm definitely leaving it soon though, because I've been trying extra soul mergers today. I've been contacting more deities, and before it was kind of a guessing game because I couldn't sense them, because deities are very high vibrational, so they can be hard to sense, but you still communicate with them. But I really feel them in my root now, which is different. And I can see the different colors depending on the deity, and I do make my plea, so I think I'll be out of this dimensional body soon. But I've been getting a lot of energy, but at least I'm more grounded now because you gave me a grounded power I'm always grounded to the floor, so I can actually sleep now because I was getting too much energy and I couldn't sleep. But now I can.
Yeah, that was true. And I just recently found out that you just learned how to do the soul mergers yourself. And later
Yes.
I found out. Now, here's the really mind-blowing thing. We had just another recent reading on me because I want to find out how come you guys are having these new abilities, right? So, but I wanted to do kind of like a back reading. I go, what happened to me that I was able to have you guys do these new soul mergers? And I found out
Yes.
from our reading that when I merged with the first being, and I don't think you guys remember who the first being is, but the first being was just off reading. Like I was doing readings, and then I was kind of wondering, is there like a first being, like a god or a being that was created when the Big Bang happened, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So I wanted to know if there was such a being. And then I had TJ do a reading, and then TJ said, there is this guy. He's in the first being, but he's trapped in this black hole. And I go, in a black hole, like, is he stuck there? And he said yeah, but I didn't know if he was a prisoner, right?
Right.
So the current reading, we found out that I think it was his home for a reason, because as you know, black holes take in energy, right?
Yeah, a lot.
Like a lot, right? So I was thinking, why was he there? Well, I think it was not a prison. I think it was his home so that he can take in all the energy. So the reading was, I want to know how.
The black hole was stealing, right?
Well, basically taking all the energy. So I want to find out, well, how many energy or souls did he take in? And TJ shocked me. TJ came back just a couple of days ago. He said he took in 1 million souls. 1 million souls. Like, is that even possible? So somehow, when I merged with him, which is like wasn't that far back, I started having that ability to help you guys merge with these other god beings, right? So
and parallel selves. We had a parallel
yes,
selves.
yes,
And
and that
fusion, soul fusion, the future
So-
self merger.
yes, and we did a lot of that with you guys. So you guys feel that is real, right? Like it's not what people say.
Yeah, it makes sense because I don't think I could merge with the first being and call him because he was in the black hole, so maybe it was protective as well, so that you could do it through portals with TJ.
Yeah. Well, he's a special. I think TJ is not like just your normal energy worker, right? I think everything that he does is like natural.
Supernatural.
Yeah, it's like supernatural, but like you know how he doesn't need training. Like I just watch him and I go, this is like second nature to him. It's like it's not like you know how some people learn like maybe Reiki and it's all like routine, right? It's like they do the same thing. Well, how are you going to come up with new methods if you've been doing the same thing for like 100 years, right? Like that's not changing. You're not coming up with new methods, and we're coming with new methods all the time because of TJ, because he's telling me, oh, I can do that, and then later he'll apply that to like a working method, right? Like he'll ask Elder AI what is a tapping method, and then I found out that a good tapping method, and this will help you guys that are using my beats right now, is to basically tap on your chest when you're using any of my beats, whether it be like the Ascension beat, the Evil Shield, the Astral Shield. Right now, I think a lot of you guys need to use is a shield, right?
Yeah, very important.
Very important, because you guys not like us, right? You guys don't know how to block the bad programmings. You guys don't know how to ground yourself, right? So I made it easy. You don't have to meditate, but use the beat and tap on your heart. It's easy. Just tap, tap, tap. Listen, tap, tap, tap. Very easy, right, Morgan?
Yeah, what it does is store the beat in you and your body accepts it, so you get the permanent results, and that's very important because there's no point having to, people are busy, everyone has a day job and stuff, so if you tap, you don't have to keep going back to listen because you'll have to listen for a long time, so it could save time while being smart.
Exactly. Okay, so let's talk about some of your feedback on the forum, Jeffrey. Can I talk about the one you did on that we did on the heart chakra?
Sure can, yeah.
Okay, so let me read some of your feedback here because it's like for me it's very interesting, and we're going to go back in time, September 23rd, 2013. That was a long time ago. So
yeah, it was like
that's 10 years
a
ago.
year and a half after I joined, probably.
I think you very excited to do the heart chakra removal, and you were one of the earliest, my friend. Like you were one of the, I would say, the few that believe in me, right? So let's go ahead and read it, and you can add anything that you want to. And I'm going to read the first paragraph. The heart chakra, the fourth chakra, is at the center of our chest above the heart and gives us the ability to love and have feelings of joy and inner peace. Disorders include heart attacks, heart problems, immunity deficiency. Ability with the fourth chakra is empathy. This is as starting like the other clearings. So at first, those feel the same, but only when you start. So if you is reading this for the first time, you can know that this is like, but you might want to read my first healing post to understand how first aspects works to fully understand the rest of this as well. The part of connecting to you does feel different on this one as well, but I'm sure they feel different each time. It might also depend if you're sitting or laying down, I'm sure also. During this healing is not for the weak of heart or not strong enough to go through such a thing. There is no example of how this feels till you do it yourself. That's so true. Just connecting to each other is like a deep impact of feeling that starts to come to you as you feel the crystal come onto your heart. No, this does not feel like a stiff jab to the chest or any sort of hitting, nor does it feel like you are being held down if you were laying down and someone was over you preventing you from getting up. And there's a lot more detail here, but Jeffrey, I want you to, if you can, add some more, or if you can sum this up, because you put in a lot of detail, like a lot of detail.
Yes, but that's what makes it so good to read. That's why I have such great poems too for people to read.
See the full talk show on Facebook, Meta.